take it apart and see if we can get the motor in there. I need to cut this section out so the motor sits in there. We need the propeller, so I might as well just cut that off. I've measured the diameter of my motor that I want to fit in there. So I'm now just scoring a line round. So I know where to cut it. That's the front trimmed, so we've got the motor sticking out. I wanted it to stick out a little bit to help it cool. So, only problem then is we might get water sprayed into it. Now I'm using 2-pack epoxy and a couple of beads to fill the centre of that propeller and hopefully hold it onto the shaft of the motor. That looks okay. One thing I've found is this foam sticks extremely well using hot glue. I was surprised, I thought I might have problems, but it seems to melt the foam a little bit so it all goes into one solid lump. So I've even been able to trim the front here where I need to make space for the propeller. I may actually try finishing it off with something hot to actually smooth the surface, but I'm not going to worry about that just at the moment. What I'm doing at this very minute is squaring off the end here so I can put a tube down the end to hold the rudder shaft on both sides. So I've just squirted some hot glue in and I'm holding it tight with these two clips. Servo in the back, motor in the front. Just about enough room there to squeeze in a LiPo and the receiver, which I had on the desk just now and I seem to have lost. Oh, there it is. Just about fits in there. We also need an ESC, don't we? LiPo, ESC, receiver, servo, motor. Haven't connected the servo up to the rudders yet. Got a reasonable breeze coming back there. At the boating lake, well, my bath, there's no chance of us going to the boating lake. Apparently we're expecting Storm Abigail to come over Britain at the moment, over the UK. 60-mile-an-hour winds or something, expecting structural damage. So we're at home in the bath. I've had to trim it a little bit. I've got some weights on the tail there because that propeller is so big it actually touches the water and sprays water everywhere. So we'll demonstrate it anyway. Unfortunately, the ESC that I've put in there doesn't have reverse, so we've got steering, but we can't come backwards. So we just have to turn it round. I quite like the sound of that. It's got quite a deep note to it. Full left. Let's try with full right as well. Yeah, so we've got steering and we've got forwards, but we don't have reverse. But that's as far as we can go, I think, until we can get out on a boating lake. I'll do a quick summary. I did change my mind. I was going to bury the battery inside, but instead of the battery I've put the ESC inside, because that makes it easier to disconnect the battery anyway. So the battery's just sitting in there. ESC, receiver are tucked inside. Motor you saw up the front, driving the original propeller. These foam woggles, swimming woggles, they're quite good. I'm quite pleased with that, the way that they take hot glue and it sticks them together. Servo just sticking out the bottom with connecting rod going both ways, so it does both rudders at the same time. And at the moment we've got these neodymium magnets on the back there, simply to add some weight and hold the back down to keep the propeller out of the water, because it's really close. And I haven't put any waterproofing in here at all, so if we do spray water everywhere we're likely to get things wet. But that's it, job done. That's as far as I can go. We can't go out on a boating lake.